Illinois Shakespeare Festival is a professional theater company. It's in Central Illinois. It's actually in Bloomington, Illinois. It was started in 1978, so it was the 45th season this year. And they do generally 3 Shakespeare productions or Shakespeare adjacent sort of productions in repertory, in traditional repertory fashion, in an outdoor Elizabethan style theater. So I was the main costume designer for Much Ado About Nothing. I was responsible for all of the costume looks for all cast members in that production. The most challenging part of what I did was the overlap with the OCU semester. We started design meetings for all of the Illinois Shakespeare Festival shows in December of 2021. So that process had to go over the entire spring semester, and I was designing, researching, meeting for Much Ado About Nothing while I was also teaching all of my classes here, designing Little Women, and designing School for Lies, and mentoring all of the student designers at the same time. So as you can imagine, it was rather challenging to accomplish all of that at once. But what was most rewarding perhaps about my experience was the fact that I got to have a chance to focus on what I really do in that small amount of time. So I was in residence in Illinois from the end of May through July 1st. And so it was just over a month of time that I got to zone in and focus on that one production. So I got to do what I really love to do at its best while I was not having to juggle everything else that comes with academia at the same time. So a costume designer has a very complex duty or responsibility so we start from the ground up. We are looking at analyzing, breaking down a play, right? And its needs, its characters, its settings, its locations. Then we're meeting with a group of a director and other key designers, scenic, lighting, sound, and we're discussing what are the themes and moods and concepts that we're trying to get across to our audience from day one. The director often comes in with a big artistic vision. Where and when are we setting this Shakespeare play, perhaps, because it's often not Elizabethan England. So we talk through all of those roles, and then I, as a costume designer, hit the ground running with ideas of research, inspiration, right? Emotion. How do I want to depict the feeling, the mood, the texture, the character? So I'm pulling artwork from all over the place. I'm looking at historical fashion, right? If we're setting it in a very particular time period, I have to be extremely educated about the fashion of that time and of a certain status of character. And I have to start making choices about what these characters would wear in this moment and why. And then from there, we go back and forth, we collaborate, we settle on ideas. I deliver renderings, which I do digitally, but I have to draw every character and what they might be wearing to present to the group. From there, then I have to shop fabric, shop existing garments, pull from an existing costume stock, and I have to make choices about what all of those actors wear based on the measurements that were given and the materials and things in front of me. Then I have to lead an entire costume shop staff in how to produce this vision that we've sought out. I have to instruct stitchers, what alterations need to happen. I need to conduct fittings with the actor and address their concerns, how they move in a costume, what alterations or fabrics or fit will affect all of that. And then we have to generate all of the working garments, go into dress rehearsal, make sure that they work, make modifications if they don't. And then finally on opening night, I say goodbye to everyone and leave. One of my favorite things about going to a festival like Illinois Shakespeare Festival and bringing back that work is getting the students involved. So I took a recent grad, Meredith England, who actually got a costume minor with us. She was a performance major, a BFA acting major. and had the interest in costume, and this was her first professional costume experience. I handpicked her as an assistant, took her with me on the road. We had a great experience together. So more students can have those opportunities and connections with their professors outside of the classroom. When I'm speaking to the performers in Intro to Costumes about how to research, how to discuss their work with directors, how to put themselves out there, what that process is like, I can use these examples and experiences that I've had in the classroom.